Set your butane torches to high and your expectations to low. Coming to you live from Just the Tip Cigars in the hills of the Steel City. Get ready to get your fix. This is the Cigar Junkies Podcast. Welcome to the Cigar Junkies Podcast, a cigar show for the community by the community. A forum to talk stogies, booze, food, and anything else in cigar lifestyle. If you're looking for ratings, negativity, reviews, or an authority on all things cigars, you came to the wrong place. Whether you like what you hear or not, please join the conversation and let us know by finding us at the Cigar Junkies Facebook group or emailing us at thecigarjunkies@gmail.com.
What's up, junkies?
Yeah, that's a little extra because we got people out there, and I wanted them to get with the program. You know what I mean?
The program.
You know, Jason's supposed to
get.
get here at 9:30 or earlier, preferably. But he's still number one in our hearts. I'm Corey.
I'm Sam.
And I am dyslexic Jason.
I wish you'd have just said it, and I'm late. And we're the Cigar Junkies. And if you're watching, listening, or interacting with this show in any way, that means you are too. Do us a favor, go over to the website where you could find all the bad swag that we got here for you guys. Gotta add some stickers to that, you know what I mean? Stickers? Yeah.
Stickers?
And maybe some like everything bread that's shaped like our heads. We gotta talk to Jeff about that. We'll figure it out. Like, subscribe, share. How many platforms, Jason, should they do that on?
All of them.
All of them. That's a lot of platforms. You got
Everyone.
You got the Spotifys, you got the Apples, you've got the YouTubes, you've got the Amazons, you've got everything in between.
Just do it on the important ones.
The important ones. I don't know which ones those are.
YouTube and Spotify. Those are the important ones.
There you go. The metrics, baby.
They're the most importantest.
Give us the metrics. You know what I mean? Special guest today, Broke Garth Brooks. We appreciate him hanging out with us. Said something about the thunder rolling or something. I don't remember what. Getting his V cut and his door. I don't know. I know why he's running behind. I'm not quite sure why Sam is. But I think we're going to have a
See
good
all
time
those
today.
people?
I was going to
had
say,
to take care of those people.
Sam's running behind because he's got a business to run.
But what is the root cause? The root cause
Money.
is Ryan Seneca is later than Jason Smith.
Aha.
And that's what you should be focused on. That's your one win for today.
What's up, Marcy Curcio? How you doing, honey?
Curcios.
And Jake can't pronounce your last name.
There are a lot of incriminating photos / videos taken yesterday that I prefer to stay buried.
So why'd you bring them up?
Because I'm asking her to let's make sure that we.
Oh, so Marcy has some
Marcy's
incriminating videos. And
absolutely.
So here, Marcy, shout out to you. Hello, Marcy. What you need to do is you need to post those videos and those pictures in the chat here of the live so we can all see them.
No, put them on the Junkies group. That way they live longer.
There you
And just like
go.
have like a rollout over like the next 3 days. Just slowly just keep busting
Yeah.
in.
Let's just get it out of the way. It wasn't good. It tasted like pool noodle.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
It tasted like pool noodle.
He funneled his
So-
inner Eric and tried to...
Funneled my inner Eric.
Channeled was the word I was looking for, but I was close.
At least you didn't say felched.
I thought dyslexia was the topic of today. I was trying to incorporate the process.
I need a cutter.
You suck. Kind of junkie are you?
Okay, do you,
While
you
we
need a
find
lighter
out.
now too?
I do. You want to kick me in the chest to get me started?
Oh yeah, let's do the Leaning House button. Beak.
It's time for the Cigar of the
New
Week, brought to you by
format.
Leaning House Fine Cigars. The Leaning House is your destination for the ultimate cigar smoking experience. Whether you're exploring their wide selection of premium cigars, unwinding in their comfortable lounge, or enjoying live music on one of the most unique and intimate live music venues in the burg, the house has something for everyone. Do you want to try the stick we're smoking today? Stop by leaninghousefinecigars.com or visit Dave in Bell Vernon or Heidi in Brownsville. Wherever you are, make the house your home for premium cigars.
Make the house your home for premium cigars and entertainment, because why not? That's not going back in there. I'm just going to put that over here. We are smoking the La Flor Dominicana LFD Lenox.
Lala.
This is easily my favorite cigar from this brand, and I meant like 3 times to go back and look because I'm pretty sure we smoked a Lennox
We did.
on this show at some point. I don't know if you
Early
did.
days, we did.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Okay. I didn't know if it was one of the times where I put in like Good Looking Jeff or somebody
Nah,
like
that
that.
one was us.
But I don't know if we did the Petite. You?
No, we did not. We did
Probably the Toro.
I think it was a Toro Deluxe. I think it was a long
Yeah.
Toro.
So we are smoking the LFD Lennox. This is the 5x40 Petite Corona, and this is the most junky size cigar, probably. Like one of the best sizes
Oh,
we've
yeah.
smoked on the show.
Yeah, I love this style.
This is like definitely right in our wheelhouse. So Lennox translates to the night in English. The packaging and band feature imagery of the night sky in dark colors. Likewise, the cigar is dark in appearance and in flavor. Lennox features a sweet Brazilian Maduro wrapper, a San Andreas binder, and a blend of Dominican Piloto and Pelo de Oro fillers. Its smooth smoke and rich flavors are crafted for elegance and power. The result is a cigar that embodies its name and the serene experience that only the night can provide.
The Serena
Darkwing
experience.
Duck. I was
Let's get
trying
dangerous.
really hard to give the live. So, like, I named the live episode something about Lennox. I wanted to do something Darkwing Duck, but everything you associate with Darkwing Duck is a really long, like, I am the terror that flaps in the night. And
Yeah.
that was a little long for
Yeah,
like a name.
he definitely had serious monologues that
Yes.
continued for long periods of time.
So, Jason, you have like 90 minutes to figure out a reasonable length title for this episode because I got nothing. What's up, Jason Chappelle? I think he came up in a notification somewhere.
Chappelle Show.
What do you got?
A delicious cigar, and I'm completely out of sorts this morning. Just absolutely just out of sorts.
Here comes Jason.
Yeah. How? What do you think, buddy?
He was pushing buttons.
This is delightful.
Yep.
This is absolutely delightful.
Okay, now that we've played the ads, you can take the monitor down a little bit because it's actually borderline distracting.
It's bothering me. I
The,
was debating whether I was going to ask for it or not. Yeah. Yield monitor.
I think we're good. We have no more ads to play, so we don't need to hear them too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into this, you've got some delightful-looking beverages
We brought some
planned for us,
treats.
which
Jason
I appreciate
brought some
about
treats.
you guys.
Well, yeah, we talked last
Better
night.
late than never.
Yep.
Okay, before we do that, how was your week?
Good. Yeah, it was nothing spectacular. It was actually really good because of it. Did I have something that I forgot about that was good this week? You looked at me as though you always remind me of something that I was excited about that I don't think of. I don't think I had anything.
No,
Over the
I
top this
just
week.
asked that question because I have to get to you guys before I get to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I have stuff.
go ahead. What do you
Well,
got?
Jason next.
Ah.
How was Jason's week? As he pushes the microphone away.
Yeah, he's
And like-
displaying.
Got a new tattoo.
Yeah.
Hey.
The Mind Flayer.
Okay, that looks a little like Craig. I was wondering where the Craig part's going to fit
It's
into this.
peeling
element.
and it's not done.
Yeah.
But shout out to Black Star Tattoos in Bell Vernon.
This is
Jared
like-
Altamar.
Theoretically, we could have a really good tattoo month happening here. Jason first, then me, then you.
I'll get there eventually.
We're going to tramp stamp you before it's over.
Eventually, I'll get mine designed up. It's my problem is I don't have the design for it. I have the desire. I just don't have the design.
I got you.
I
I'll
know.
take care of that.
I have my own idea for it though. It's not just going to be like. Free
So how
reign.
long, Jason, for the kids watching at home or the people that are listening that don't know what is on your arm for the listeners? Because the listeners can't see with their ears.
It is a nerd tattoo. It's a mind flayer from Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I thought that was just the intro from Rick and Morty.
No, it's a mind flayer from Dungeons and Dragons. It goes from my shoulder all the way down to my wrist. It's the head of it. We used the couple of the designs from Baldur's Gate 3 for the shape of the face and the tentacles and stuff like that. And it took about 4.5 hours. The design
That's a sit.
full, man. We were talking about it, and as the endorphins slowly wear down throughout the session, it got to like the 4th hour, and I'm like squirming in the chair. I'm like, okay.
That's a dope name for a cigar.
The 4th hour?
Yeah.
What's
You
the,
want to argue with me, but you can't.
why not the 5th hour?
Fuck, you can't.
Why not the
argue
late
with me.
hour? Oh, wait. Seat's taken. Uh-oh, he's digging for something.
So is Eric.
He was itching his balls.
Here's some.
Okay, so the cigar we're smoking.
Yeah. Well, no.
oh, no.
You're weak.
I
My week.
apologize.
I mean, you could go wherever you need to go. My week was fine. The last 24 hours were knuckin' futs.
Okay.
It was okay. So yesterday, we got the lovely, amazingly talented at board games Uncle Artie in our presence. I don't know if Jason
Bum, bum,
noticed that because
bum.
he came late. Look at him looking for him in the background. So yesterday my day started. No. Okay, my day started the previous evening, drinking with the wife at home in the garage, and I said, you know what? My new tree stand came a little early. I think I'm going to start assembling it. To which her face, no confidence at all. But I was like, listen, it's not going to be a good assembly in the woods, right? There's a lot of pieces, a lot of little small parts. I don't feel like dropping them in the dirt because that sucks. I've been there. So I started the evening before Friday and a Saturday, and then woke up Saturday morning by cooking breakfast for the family. Great burritos. Hell yeah. I killed it. I used a spinach wrap for a breakfast burrito with scrambled eggs and bacon and cheese, and it was
You're telling your
delightful.
story like my wife would tell it.
I consider that a compliment because if I could be me or if I could be Brittany, I'd rather be Brittany.
So what you're saying is you want to have sex with Sam.
I don't know that I'm happy with you for that.
Yeah. Woo! Let's go. No, so
Ric
I'd
Flair,
pick-
baby. Ric Flair.
Rick Sanchez, bitch. In for a penny, in for a pound. There's 2 quarters there. You can count them. So my day started yesterday by making breakfast. Then, after that, I completed assembly, ladder, and so forth with standing my new tree stand, which is dope. It's going to be the Tree Boy Mansion. We've dubbed it. Then after that, I had to pack all of my musical gear into the truck, shave, shower, show notes for today,
Yeah.
and then go to the incredible Curcios. If you don't know John and Marcy, you better meet them because they know how to throw a pool party. With that said, Jason will understand this and Sam will not. There is something that I had not considered about the mathematical equation of doing a pool party and then thereafter Jason's browsing for Ric
Performing,
Flair
yeah.
things. Yeah. So I don't know how engaged he is with the things that are coming
I'm
out of my
listening.
mouth. Okay, cool. There's a fundamental problem with a pool party and then an acoustic performance. That is being in the pool first. Have you ever done the dishes?
Once or twice, yeah.
It softens your hands. Dude, by the end of the show,
Raw.
my ring finger is killing me because you build up. Wow, that is disturbing. The
Yeah.
image that I'm looking at of Ric Flair on the secondary monitor that we have access to.
Yeah.
My ring finger, like, so you're building up a callus, right?
Right.
You build up a callus when you're playing guitar. And that's very important when you're playing acoustic guitar because that is hard on your fingers.
Yeah.
My finger, I remember by the end just wanting to tell everybody, like, I'm sorry, but my ring finger hurts so bad.
It's given up. Yeah.
The reason is I realized today, not yesterday, I didn't know what the correlation was, but the pool water was fantastic. The temperature was great. I'm a
Warm water swimmer. Yep.
Yeah, very much so. Like I'm always a baby when I jump.
Yeah, same here. I'm a toe dipper.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It shrinks.
Yep.
There's significant shrinkage. However, I'm playing and I'm like, why does this hurt so much? As soon as I started playing, I'm like, it hurts so bad. It was because the water softened up all the calluses on my freaking fingers.
Oh.
By the end of it, dude, it was rough. It was painful for sure, but I did have a great time. And so we had random young men on top of the roof. Yes.
Okay.
So I wish there was a connection here because one of Marcy's sons was on the roof. One of them was doing backflips on his skateboard into the pool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. The problem was it wasn't a combination of the two. Because the kid on the roof was cleaning the gutters, and the kid that was doing the kick flips into the pool was doing it like he was skating up to the edge of the pool and then jumping off of the skateboard and like jumping into the pool. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could have done that. You know?
No, I've skateboarded before.
Right, someone else talk.
So what are the drinks that we have many of in front of us?
We do. We've got quite a few.
Yes.
So what we have here today is the Flying Dogs Raging Bitch IPA, which is an 8.3 ABV. It is an Imperial Pale Ale, or an India Pale Ale. I'm sorry. It's delicious. It has notes of hops and hops and hops. If you've ever had a
That's a good book.
hops
Hop
and
on pop. No?
Hop on pop.
This is one of my favorite home.
That sounds like the title of some of the
No, Hop on
videos I
Pop
watch.
was a Dr. Seuss thing. And one of my favorite Simpsons quotes is when Homer, you can still bring down the PA of hair. One of my favorite Homer Simpsons quotes was, it was so tragic the way they hopped on Pop.
I forgot to offer it to George.
Oh, there he goes again. But now he doesn't, the audio. He doesn't have a thing for himself now because he walked away. And I don't know which one. I assume the lighter looking one, Jason, would be the IPA. Is that accurate?
Correct.
And the darker one is what now?
The darker one is another one of my favorite beers from back in the day. It is the Great Lakes Brewing Company's Elliot Ness.
Yes.
It is an amber lager. It's rich, dark, and absolutely beautiful.
All three things that I wish to hope to someday be. Rich, dark, and beautiful.
Dark, and beautiful.
One day, I hope to be all of those things. Which one should I consume first? I assume the lighter.
So no, actually.
No?
First, I would do the Elliot Ness.
Yeah.
I'm glad I asked.
Because
That's this glass,
the
guys.
raging bitch is going to stay on your. It's
Yeah.
going to stay in your mouth for a little while.
Yeah, it's potent.
It is. So this is the Elliot Ness. I would suggest taking a nice puff of the cigar a couple times. Get that taste in there because and like I said, this Lennox is delightful.
It's a great cigar, dude. However, you had a very you're monitoring the audio, but I don't know if you understand from our perspective. Tell me he didn't have like a Plucky Duck
I didn't catch
style.
it. Yeah.
It was like because he had the cigar in his mouth. That
Oh,
little wisp,
yeah.
the little
It was
wisp
just a little
of
bit
This is
Plucky Duck.
like the nuttiness
Yeah.
of this
Eric's
lager
excited.
Yeah.
and the cigar. They it's like two waves crashing into each other, and just the flavor of all of it's really, really good. Why is Corey angry?
I'm angry because you're right. I want you to be wrong so bad.
But it's spot on, yeah.
He's not wrong, man.
No.
Are you in my brain or is he just accurate?
No, which is really cool because it says a lot for the strength of the cigar. When you pair a cigar with a beer, you get cold. And cold is like the thing you want to mute your palate. So it takes away a little bit from the cigar usually, and it doesn't in this case. It actually does work really well together.
I did not realize this cigar was going to taste this way.
Oh, okay.
And I was looking for a stout, like you had said, and I'd walked past and saw the Elliot Ness sitting there, and I'm like, man, Elliot Ness is one of my favorite beers.
Yeah, you're right on that for sure. It's got the body to hold up to a cigar, but it's got something to actually give back to it.
And the nuttiness complement each other so well.
One of the last things I want to do is like give any props to my co-hosts in any way, especially Jason. But man, it's just really
it works really well.
This is an intense pairing, dude.
Yeah, especially for a complimentary pairing.
Yeah, like Lennox is first of all the Petite Corona. This is the best size we could have smoked today. It's really the best size you could smoke of anything.
For the most part, yeah.
But for our palates, right? For people that are cigar geeks, this is the way to go.
Yeah.
If you're not smoking a Lennox with an Elliot Ness, there's something wrong with you.
This is like almost. I don't want to ruin our reputation, but this is borderline thought out.
A little bit. Well, and then like Uncle Artie over there, he's got the 412, so he's getting the pepper notes that we got when we smoked that last week. So like that, I'm assuming that's going really well also, but you're not getting the nuttiness that he was talking about because it's not really in that cigar as much. And then Eric's got a Tatiscan over there, so I would say, you're probably getting the nuttiness times about 5. Like it's just cranked all the way up.
All I can think of is like the. So what's the movie Ice Age?
Okay.
Yeah, you got the squirrel, and then there's the Simpsons spinoff where Willie's fighting the squirrel for the acorn because that's his breakfast, and he hits it with the shovel, and it goes off. And that's all that's in my head as I'm trying these two together.
The cigar sits on your palate for a little while.
Yeah.
And if you take that puff of the cigar,
I do,
and it still has that lingering sense in your mouth, and it's kind of warm with the smoke, and then you take a sip of that beer, and I'm telling you, it like washes over it.
And then
like,
I'll add the retro in on top of it, and it's just a little bit more of it.
It is such a pleasant experience.
So you know how they say to imbibe of a certain illicit material while you listen to The Wall, and then you watch, what is it?
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yeah. Came up yesterday at the pool party. This is very much like that, except for if you're going to smoke this cigar and drink this beer, the visual that I want you to have with it is Inception.
Okay.
With like the world moving around and stuff, like the way you're describing, like it kind of melding together, that's the visual that happens in my brain.
Yeah.
Is Inception, when like the cities and stuff are moving
Just
around
floating.
from their manipulation.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate. Man, move the mouse so I don't have to see the little line. What? Okay. And things just happened.
Woo. We got really lucky on this because you never smoked this. This wasn't what I was anticipating when I said grab like because I said a porter, like grab a porter if you can find them anymore. Different conversation completely. But no, it gets, the notes from this are a completely different direction than what I was thinking we were going to go with.
Well, so I have, which is kind of funny. Wednesday, I was talking to the beer distributor guy, and Wednesday, he's going to be giving me a call. I had him order a beer for me.
Oh, nice.
Sam Smith's Nut Brown Ale.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to bring here.
The brown ale is fantastic. And you want to talk about a nutty cigar to go with it? That's got, holy cow. And did you get the barrel finished one or the non-barrel finished one?
The non-barrel finished one.
Even better.
Doug.
What up, Dougie?
Yeah, so I got some
that.
Sammy Smith coming for us at some point in time.
Yeah. That's always an experience. That and the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale, which we did on, actually, I think we did with this cigar. I think last time we smoked the cigar, we did Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale.
Listen, to be fair, I'm going to turn over all of the reading assignments to Sam
Okay.
for the rest of the show because empty stomach, rough day yesterday, drinking today. Cool, I get it. I'm not in the right place. Every time I hear Sammy Smith, I think you're your love child because your kid is Sammy
That was a
and
nice
his
little.
last name
No,
is Smith.
I dig the association.
Here's the thing,
That's
though.
where
Here's
my
the thing, though.
brain
That would
goes,
be
man.
one beautiful kid.
That kid would be hairy. He'd be so
That would be a furry little bastard. that would be a fuzzy. That would take Wookiee to the next level.
That kid would be very happy that he lived in the days of furries. You know what I mean? He could be like, I don't even have to put any money into my costume.
You know, man, I don't know why my palate is just on fire.
So
like,
there's a reason for that. Luciano taught us.
what's that?
Empty stomach, morning, and you said you ran out the door without brushing your teeth.
I sure did.
You don't have any base. You just have the natural enzyme base. So everything that you're getting, that's I talked to Ellen about this a while ago. When they're tasting something that they're planning on bottling, they all come in the morning with a completely fresh palate, no brushed teeth, nothing, to try the whiskey for the first time for exactly
It's
that
Jason
purpose. It
every
gives you
day.
the full experience.
Right on.
And it gives you that most. And then being hungry keeps your I can never say salivary glands
There you
wide
go.
open. I don't know why. I always go salvatore.
There's a lot
It's
of
a whole different one.
Salvatore Dali.
Yeah. Your salivary glands are wide open, so you're producing the most options for you to actually taste. That concert was yesterday.
So, man, the
I
He
tried
did.
to stay way back.
He did.
the
I couldn't hear how offensive it was, so I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was bad.
the Elliot Ness kind of reminds me of. Have you ever had Newcastle Brown Ale? Mm-hmm. Kind of reminds me of Newcastle a little bit, but it's
There's a sweetness that Newcastle doesn't have.
right. There's like molasses in this beer. There's that nuttiness, and it's like a different nuttiness. Like Newcastle's kind of like walnuts, where this has like a cashew.
I wouldn't even
type.
say that. I would say this has the common thread of like nuttiness through it. Like it doesn't
Sure.
have a specific nuttiness that it's leaning towards. I'd say this is just a blend of like if you took them, threw them in a blender, and then sprinkled them on your ice cream, or whatever you do with them. So that was my take on that. I'm going to transition to the Raging
Yes,
Bitch and give it a
thank
shot, which I'm not paying quarters for because it's the name. You had said this is one of your favorites.
Oh yes,
Now, so what are your top 3 IPAs?
my top 3 IPAs.
And you're not an IPA guy, right?
Oh.
Oh, well, we're about to find out.
My top 3 IPAs are Dogfish Head 60 Minute. This. Now, there are a couple, and it depends on what. If we're just going IPA, I'm going to go with just the Raging Bitch.
I need to interject. So you've already sipped, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. My experience, because I'm listening.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, but I just smelled.
Yeah.
Smell this with the cigar. Smell the IPA, because just the notes, the aroma of the IPA is a really nice pairing. And I'm going to give you guys a minute.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So the Raging Bitch IPA and the Dogfish Head 60 Minute, and my top is Voodoo Ranger.
Okay.
Now, we can get into
Cocoa Voodoo
Brew Freeze Blood Orange IPA.
Yeah, I'm talking no fruities,
Right,
no
right.
juices,
That's-
no
that's-
hazies. That's a whole different subset.
Oh my God, it is.
Yeah. No, my top 3 are going to be Brew Gentleman, Braddock General. That's
Okay.
number 1 without any question whatsoever. That is, in my mind, the purest form of an IPA I've ever had. And then number 2 and 3 are going to be interchangeable. 90 Minute though, I like the smoothness on it. I like that it still has the crispness of the 60 Minute, but it's just a cleaner finish on it. And then for number 3, probably going to be Raging Bitch. It's but Raging Bitch is the beer that turned me into a IPA guy. So like I have nostalgia and
Sure.
I have that attachment to it. I used to be a big Voodoo Ranger guy, but I got away from it because I probably just drank too much. Their sampler packs are just too accessible and too good.
So this is my first experience with either of these
Yeah.
beverages. The IPAs, which we're on,
Yep.
which we're on now, the Raging Bitch. It's very, on my palate, the way I am observing it currently is acidic but sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is a really nice combination. I will say that I am so incredibly impressed with the way that the retrohale on the Lennox Petite Corona pairs with both of these, because there is so much happening on those secondary taste
I
buds.
did a good job. I mean, I think I did all right. I'm kind of proud of myself here.
Well,
Hey, man, I set everything
talked
up.
I've talked about it a lot on here before, but like this is a great example of a complementary and a contrasting pairing. Though you get that sweet citrus of the IPA, like you were talking about, and you get that going against the Lennox.
Which is interesting because the Lennox knocks this IPA down. Okay.
Bring back Ric Flair.
Hold up. Where's he at?
I turned away,
There
man.
we
Like
go.
I tried.
Yeah, but we're doing it every time now.
Yeah,
It's not my fault. His ADD and dyslexia prevent him from being able to just keep going. That's
Lennox-
what's great about us is you just ignore me.
Roll with it.
Yeah.
The Lennox brings the IPA and that
It
the
knocks it.
bitterness that a lot of IPAs have. It brings it down and just mutes it, and you get those citrus notes and like the floral taste of the IPA. It and how that nuttiness in the Lennox just blends with the IPA.
Yeah.
It is.
Surprising,
It
actually.
is it completely changes the beer
It completes me.
without muting the cigar.
Yeah, it lets everything still do its thing. The only thing I will say is it is muting the cigar a little bit for me.
Is it?
Yeah, I've had this one before. It's a potent cigar. I mean, it's not that bitey, peppery burn, but it's a strong profile to it. It has a lot going on with it, and that is being turned down a little bit. And then at the beginning of this, I actually had hot coffee with it a little bit, which helped open it up a little bit. So like from there till now, it's actually gone down instead of developed up. So that tells me the beer is bringing it down a little bit, but that says a lot to the cigar being able to handle that, being able to
Sure.
actually hold up to those things. Speaking of tasting of cigars, I got an order in of cigars that was not what I ordered at all, but I was extremely excited to get them because I didn't even know they existed. Come to find out, they haven't actually been a full release yet. And so I got all giddy.
I'll buy 10.
No, you won't. Dude, I pulled one out of the box. It tastes like spray paint.
Ew.
I went over to the box
You
and
were
just
excited about
opened
this?
the box up, and they didn't let the paint cure. So I have 5 boxes of garbage. That's not cheap garbage. I mean,
Fun fact, I did that with every cigar that I owned, briefly. Oh. Because it's a liquor cabinet now.
Yeah.
You've seen my liquor cabinet, as have you. Originally, this is a china cabinet, is what it was. And I tried to convert it into a humidor. And I rushed the process a bit. I did not know that you were supposed to use an
Ultra low
aquarium
VO
grade silicone, which does not have fumes, right?
Yeah.
Like the way that it cures.
Sure.
So I had 6-8 boxes of cigars, and I decided to convert. Functionally, it worked perfectly. A humidor with CPU fans and a controller and everything. It was supposed to be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you showed
And
me the
then
setup.
They all tasted like silicone. It was horrible. I've done that. Yeah. It's not a good experience.
That is probably one of the most depressing things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Like
man.
all that work and the beauty, because I'm sitting here envisioning it in my head of just the china cabinet with the glass doors
It was
and everything
beautiful,
like that,
dude.
You all the
looked
work you put into it
incredible.
with the CPU fans and the controllers and stuff like that. You're like, I've got this temperature controlled. I can keep it.
The
in
humidity was on
what a-
point.
and then just to
They all just tasted
absolutely
like-
ruin it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's horrible. And that's I reached out yesterday. I'm going to see what they're going to do to fix or replace or adjust however we're going to do with that, because obviously I can't sell those cigars. It's good, and it's not like they taste a little bit like it. Like it's like huff and spray paint. Like I smoked about an inch of the cigar. Like, man, this doesn't taste, and because it's just a new size of an existing cigar, it tastes nothing like it. And I'm like, what the hell? And there's another guy here that smokes a lot of that same cigar with me, and he lit it. And he's like, no, like right off the bat, just no. I'm like, yeah, I told you, like, no. Oh, we got a little smoky beer. Smoky. Are you smoking your nuttiness? Or are you smoking your IPA?
This is the IPA.
Yeah.
I would like to state for the record that I am really enjoying this show from a background perspective, because I am hyper aware of the fact that I am no longer qualified to be the lead operator of this show. And also, like, you guys actually prepared something apparently last night. And so I feel a little more along for the ride.
Yeah, he called
I
me. He
normally
called me
do.
yesterday, and he was like, "Jason, I got a great idea."
Yeah. Because this cigar, because I've had it. Like I
don't
said,
even
I
feel
thought it
left
would hold
out.
up to beer.
He goes. I want you to pick an IPA and a porter and bring them to the show tomorrow morning. We're going to do a pairing. I
And
was
he,
like,
he remembered.
Yeah.
He
Well-
didn't remember to wake up, but he remembered to bring the beer, which is like, I mean, that's pretty dope.
I think you know what the oil field rule is, right?
Donuts.
If you bring food, you're never late.
Yeah.
You're never late if you bring food. I brought beer. I'm not late. Go.
That was the dopest part of Cameron, because I can't remember the guys. There was this really tiny dude that ran that place, an old guy that was, I don't know. He lived south, like his origin was south of Texas. So in my brain, he's Mexican, but I'm pretty sure he's Puerto Rican or something. And his rule was, it's fine to be late, but bring donuts. And when you went into the shop, into the Wellhead shop,
A lot.
there was like
Oh.
3 dozen donuts.
Who the hell is
all
that
the
guy? I
time.
remember him. I loved that dude.
Oh, man, there was donuts
Yeah.
all the time, yeah. Because people be late. And nobody was mad because look at all these donuts.
Yeah, we
You know
got
what I mean?
donuts. We're happy.
It was like the Jeff Poole connection.
Yeah.
What,
But now he's against the carbs, so it's sad, really.
What are we looking at as a price point on this? This
Oh, I don't
beautiful
know.
little
Do you-
On the Lennox,
do you remember?
Petite Corona? I'm not 100%
I'll pull it up
sure
real
off
quick.
the top of my head, but I would say it's got to be under 10.
Well,
which is a 100% a great price point.
So on the Cigar Junkies podcast, the cigars that we are graciously afforded by Leaning House Fine Cigars
Or-
in Charleroi. No, we have a different rule here than we do at Leaning House.
Okay.
Everything we get from the Leaning House Fine Cigars is under 15. Everything.
Yeah, I
we
think
get.
it's 14.
Well, no.
I
What
think
I'm saying
14
is
our cap.
14's our cap.
I'm relatively sure.
Okay, yeah.
We ran into some problems when we tried to go to the Ashton VSG.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm.
So everything we're smoking on this show is
Yeah.
by far and away affordable.
In the Toro size, it's 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say this is probably around 11 or 12. Just
Okay.
by the LFD.
That might be
pricing
a price
breakdown.
increase, too.
And it's considering its size, you're looking at about, if you're conservative with how you're smoking it, Corey's. Let me see your sticks, guys.
Hold him up.
880.
Sam and I are very much similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
He's probably a little less than me.
Yeah, we're about, all three of us are about on the same.
Yeah.
So we're looking at about an hour for this cigar if you're conservative with it
For $9.
for $9.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of cigars that Petite Corona is weird because a lot of guys will be like, it's too small of a cigar. And it's like, okay, are you smoking too fast? 1. 2, do you just like, I mean, some guys only like an hour and a half to 2 hour cigar only. Like, that's all they do. That's, for me, originally, that's all I stuck to because it was me carving out time. So I wanted the time,
Sure.
and I smoked way too fast. I used to hammer cigars.
Well, that was
And that's bigger ring cage is
Yeah.
a little more forgiving
Yeah.
if you're a fast smoker.
Me too. I was a very fast smoker. Also, this is not a cigar I would take onto the golf course because I smoke quickly
Yeah.
on the
You'd be-
golf course.
you'd be
You
sick
hammer,
if
hammer,
you
wait.
smoked this in
Chief.
half an hour.
Go down, take your swing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if anybody wanted to, you could knock the cigar out in 20 minutes. It would it would suck, but you could
That
do
would
it.
be a
It would be
really
uncomfortable, but
bad
you could do
day.
it.
You go smoke a backwoods or
Yeah,
a blackwood
exactly.
or whatever the heck they
Right.
are.
Yeah, you do not want to smoke this in 20 minutes. For absolute
Scusi.
certain. Ryan
dude's-
Seneca,
that dude's
where the
beard is
hell are
beautiful.
you? You know what I mean?
That is an incredible.
I couldn't even see where the shirt ended and the beard began. You know what I mean?
He has got a man mane on his face that is impressive. That's years of
Man
growth.
made, I like that.
Man
That-
made?
I'm going to put that into later for using, but probably not because alcohol.
Sure.
Dude, this cigar is a great. I'm thinking the Leaning House is probably a little lower on the price range than even what Sam was quoting. The only downside, the only negative about this cigar in any way is the packaging. Because do you remember what the box looks like, Jason? I don't imagine you would, but I'm asking specifically because I imagine you don't. So the box is a circle. And then there's a square cut out in the circle
I
for the
absolutely
cigars to
remember
sit
it.
in. That is a horrible idea for a retailer because of all of the space that this box takes.
Sure.
It's just terrible. Circle boxes with a square place for the cigars to go to.
So
That's just like being like, screw you, retailer. I'm going to take up as much space as I can for as little as cigar as possible. Go.
you were drinking the IPA, right?
After the Corralejo.
Right. Make sure
I've gone back and
make
forth.
sure your cigar's lit.
That's relevant.
Now return to the Elliot Ness. And
have.
I was going to say that little bit of the floral on the IPA. You're not. Let's watch Corey.
Talk.
Let's watch
No,
Corey
you
light a
talk
cigar.
while I do the
I have ADHD. What do you want?
Hey.
Like that floralness on the back end of the IPA, and then going back to the Elliot Ness, and it's like almost like eating a candy bar, but without that punch of the sweetness.
So, I did have a candy bar yesterday, which was the first time in a while because I've been on a healthier mode. I don't want to call it dieting because I've
I'll tell
decided
you,
to
what,
bet.
you're looking great.
Thank
man.
you.
You're welcome.
That's like the sweetest thing you've ever said.
You are looking great.
I appreciate that. So, like, I am trying to. I don't want to call it a diet because diets are usually like a teeter-totter, right? You go back and forth. I decided after the doctor told me that I should probably watch what I'm doing to go on a lifestyle change. And I am over 20 pounds. And yesterday when
so you're gay now?
no more than I was before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I weighed myself yesterday, and it was kind of like I was kind of scared to look because I've been going down in a positive direction. I started at, I believe, 197 pounds.
Okay.
When I went to the doctor's office. And so, like, but I weighed myself yesterday, like, I'm like, this isn't going to be good. It was not even the right time of the day to weigh myself, right? And I did, and I was like 176.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right? And so I'm like feeling real good. So, but the thing is,
Whoa. I've got 50 pounds on you.
hey, all right. Well, you got hair too, a lot of it, all over the place. I don't know. I felt like a little guilty for doing good. So on the way to the pool party yesterday, I decided to indulge, and I bought the Reese's Nutrageous, which is like the ultimate
I
candy
love
bar,
that
right?
candy bar, yeah.
It's chocolate, it's peanuts, it's caramel, it's peanut butter, it's everything, dude. There is everything in that candy bar, and it was It was really good.
Here's an interesting little sidetrack. So,
Hey.
when I was, I think I was working for Select before I came to Cameron.
Before they were like, we're paying you guys too much money, we're gonna drug test everybody
Right.
and get rid of this whole company.
So, I ate vegan for a year.
To whom?
Vegan.
Oh,
I ate vegan for a year.
that's a long time.
Yeah.
Shannon and I did the vegan diet challenge,
Okay.
and I lasted much longer than she did, but we both lost a lot of weight.
But I was eating like everything whole. Like I would eat whole oranges because of the
So you'd eat the peel?
peel, everything. I would. You talk about clean you out. But you have to buy oranges that aren't sprayed with pesticides, because when they spray the oranges with pesticides, the pesticides seep into the peel of the orange, and you don't want to eat that. So
I don't want to eat the peel anyway.
Well, it was tough. It was tough. And after I had been eating these oranges, I found a way to eat them that didn't make me want to puke immediately.
Semen first.
So I would cut them like long ways, like you would slice a tomato,
Okay.
and I would eat it like that because I started eating them like an apple, and like the first 3 bites were just all peel, and it was hard to choke down.
You need a balance. Yeah.
Right.
That still sounds
So
horrible.
I eat vegan for a year, and then
Yeah.
when I stopped,
How much you lose?
I barely lost anything, but I was in really good shape at that point in time.
Okay.
I was doing it more as a digestive thing because I was eating nothing but fast food, gas station food, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I had went and bought a candy bar, a Butterfinger. I will never forget this. I bought a Butterfinger because Butterfinger is one of my favorite candy bars.
You know what the worst part about that candy bar is? The stickage to the teeth.
Sure, but the taste of it's the
Oh,
taste.
the
of
taste is incredible. I just have really bad dental
Now-
history.
Sure. Now, like I'd cleaned my body out of all the toxins and processed BS that I'd put into myself. I took one bite of that candy bar, chewed it. I didn't even swallow it. I spit it back out.
Oh, no.
I spit it out in the parking lot of the Sheets that I bought it in. I was like, that tastes like garbage.
Is that Flo?
What's that?
Is that Flo? Parking lots. That's where it takes me every time.
But you're like
I'm-
going back and forth on them.
I wasn't. I don't know if I was milking as you visually suggested on the YouTube channel. No, I just. So one of the things that's really cool about what we're doing is going back and forth between different pairings, right? Mm-hmm. And primarily our focus is on the way that the cigar interacts with the other drink. But at some point, my curiosity got the better of me, and I was like, I'd like to just go back and forth between the two drinks to see the way that they interact with each other. And this is actually a really phenomenal, like, it almost feels thought out. If this was not the Cigar Junkies podcast, I'd be like, somebody knew what they were doing.
Hey, sure. You know what? Sometimes you get the bear. Sometimes the bear gets you. Blind pig
Now
finds
it's
an
the
acorn.
Cigar Junkies because it's something we say pretty much every week. It's like one of Jason's sound bites. If there was a soundboard of Jason Smith, that would definitely be one of the things.
What's that?
That sometimes the bear gets you, sometimes
Sometimes you get the bear. Sometimes the bear gets you.
That's right. It's that, or like one of these days I'm gonna finish painting my little miniatures or something.
Oh God! Do not bring up my freaking Warhammer miniatures. I hate your guts.
Yeah, let's go.
I
No,
could-
these are very great. Like just side by side against each other, going back and forth with the cigar. I absolutely recommend this 3-way pairing.
Mm-hmm.
It's been very eye-opening, palate-opening, maybe.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. This is, like I said, man, and I hate to try to go back and beat a dead horse here, but these, like I am really, really pleased. Like, first off, the cigar was a pleasant little surprise.
This is a flavor bomb of a cigar.
Yeah,
dude.
and it's not overpowering. It has it's probably one of the and not to talk and I'm not talking down on any other brand or type of cigar, but this is probably one of the best blended cigars I've ever smoked.
You're very like reminiscent of like an RJD kind of reading there. Like I imagine like RJD doing the Iron Man, like the Tony Stark reading and just going off the cuff. And there's a whole lot of like back and forth with yourself without anybody even interjecting.
Right.
No, the Lennox is like the Petite Corona, especially, is like the poster child for flavor without strength. This cigar will not, like, unless you heaf it and you smoke it in 20 minutes, this is a perfect representation of what full flavor is without being overpowering and just gonna make you turn green. This is the one.
Now, what are we looking at as far as tobaccos? Let's revisit that a little bit. What tobaccos are in this thing?
I did not prepare this appropriately, so I have to go into the description, which is a Brazilian Maduro wrapper.
Ooh,
There's your
okay.
sweetness. San Andreas binder. So, like, you're doubling up there, really, between the two of them, for certain. And then the fillers are Dominican, Piloto, and a Pelo de Oro. So
this is kind of out of the normal, like, big five that we're usually into. Because
even the Dominican fillers are relatively punchy. But there's somehow there was definitely a maturation on everything.
Sure.
Right? Like there is no overwhelming flavor profile, or there's not pepper.
Right.
You're not getting like hit with like the AJ strength from the pepper. This is just a cigar that is blended to be palate engagement without chest compression.
Okay, yeah, that's a great way of putting it. I don't know. Like this like shot through the ranking for me, man.
Oh,
This
absolutely.
is-
I could see that.
This is up there. This is absolutely up there.
And the wonderful thing is, like, I've still probably got another. If I smoke at the rate that I have been, how far are we in?
We are 52 minutes in.
52 minutes, man. I've got another probably 30
Every bit of it.
before it gets too hot to be able to continue for me.
Every bit
This
of
cigar, like, is the Swiss Army knife of small gauge cigars. Like,
Sure.
you can put this up against whatever you're doing, whatever you're drinking, whatever you're eating, and this is going to break through on your palate like the freaking Kool-Aid, man.
Oh, yeah.
Coming through the wall. It'd be like, I got your flavor right here.
it. Sam, I've got great news for you.
Yes.
Do you know what we did the entire time you were gone?
Talk shit on me.
Talked about beer and cigars.
You okay?
The entire time you were gone.
I'm proud of you.
You're the second person that touched my head today.
I don't know who touched it first. I with my hand off.
It was Jeff Poole.
Oh, never mind.
You didn't run to the bathroom. You didn't blow out anybody's
I muted
eardrums.
everybody on that one.
I- So, thank you for that. The moments of silence were for our fallen comrades in whatever region they're in.
So I was telling Corey, and I'd like to continue with you in on it. I was telling him how the tobaccos in this cigar are kind of out of the typical like wheelhouse of what we smoke on the
Yeah.
show. It is,
Yeah.
and I told him, I said, this cigar shot up through the ranks for me, like into my top 10.
You do realize that doesn't surprise me at all.
No,
Yeah.
me neither.
So if you refer to your notes on the fillers, the primary filler on this is Pennsylvania broadleaf.
Get out of here.
No surprise.
If you refer to your notes, I don't think that's accurate.
Pennsylvania
That
broadleaf.
is from a previous cigar.
Well, whose fault's
Read
that?
the description of the cigar, which is what I read. Hey. Now you've got Brazilian,
Brazilian Maduro, San Andreas binder, Piloto, and Peo de Oro.
Dominican
Yeah.
fillers.
Wow.
And so you do not have, like, typically when you have that, like, full body, you're going to look at something in there and you're going to go, oh, okay, here's where it's coming from. You don't have, like, an AJ Pepper or a My Father, Dom Pepin. Again, like a very strength-based taste profile,
Yeah.
right? This is everything aged. When you're
Yeah.
smoking it, it's very, like, I described it as full palate. I used different words before, but it's like full palate engagement without the pressure on your chest. There's
Oh, yeah, I forget what you said, but it was
Yeah.
it was really cool.
should have been here. You know what I mean?
Luckily, it's recorded. I can actually listen to it later.
You won't though.
I do. I listen to it.
Hey.
Yeah.
No, I had poignant notes.
Yeah, no, I dig it.
If Ryan Seneca was here, you would have heard him firsthand.
The Piloto, there's your next cigar. You said you're hanging out for another cigar afterwards.
I have to run to I have to run to my father-in-law's house, help him get out of bed, and then I will be back.
All right, and it's going to go really well with the Raging Bitch. Is going to be the Timeless Sterling. He uses that
Great name,
same
by the way.
Lajero. He uses the same Lajero in his filler.
Okay, so let's go around the table. Corey, which
Hey.
one did you like the best with the cigar? Which beer? Was it the Elliot Ness or was it the Raging Bitch?
That's really unfair.
It's not a fair question.
No,
It is not, but
because this is like the best representation that I've seen of, like, they are both not only really well paired against the cigar, but that was kind of like what we talked about while you were out. Was I drank just both beers back to back,
Yeah.
to compare them to each other, and there's a really nice contrast. No matter how you look at it, it's just this bunch of Spider-Man pointing at each
Yeah.
other. Really, is what it comes down to.
Gun to your head.
Gun to my head.
You've got to take one of the. You're smoking this cigar. You have to pick one of those beers. You're at the bar. Which one do you pick?
So to preface this, I enjoyed both of them.
Sure.
So, like, there is not, like, me giving a down note to either one.
Right.
But the contrasting pairing that I got with the Raging Bitch IPA, I think was a little bit more interesting than the complementary pairing that I had with the other
Yeah.
beer.
I'm going to answer your question even though you haven't asked me. If somebody asked me, hey, what's the best pairing with this of these two, I would say the brown ale. I personally prefer the Raging Bitch, though. I love that beer. That I have a cigar that I know that I love, and I have a beer that I know that I love. I'm biased,
Well, and
but the brown ale is a better pairing.
I would have said the same thing because, like I said, the Raging Bitch is one of my favorite beers, and I have gotten away from anything. I religiously drink IPAs now. But however,
Our Father who art in heaven.
with this cigar, I'm taking the Elliot Ness every time.
I like to be different.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I'm
good.
taking the Elliot
That's funny.
Ness
We got
every
three
time.
very different answers out of that too. Like that's cool.
Okay. I will say, if you really want to, like, take us up to the next level, throw in a ultra watermelon
Gross.
monster in the group.
No,
you get like
no.
3 different things. Yeah. Let's
No.
go.
Coffee, but no watermelon stinky.
No watermelon.
Yeah,
stink.
no watermelon stinky. Dude, the thing is, I love the way that it smells. That stuff, I can't.
Is
I
You
can't
know
do the
what?
sugar.
I'm the same way with cocaine.
It smells great.
I wouldn't eat it, but it smells good, man. you
Like I
know?
hate cocaine, but I love the way
love
it
the way it
smells.
smells.
This is a very tart
Yeah.
beverage.
We've now been demonetized.
Hey, I
Again.
didn't know we were ever. That's a threshold. Like we
Again.
hit a marker. We've been unmonetized. I think we're still waiting to get access to like the $3 that Jeff Pohl has given us like 2 years ago because of the star system
Yeah.
for Facebook. So like while you're liking and subscribing and sharing and sharing and having and having and sharing, that's a Friends reference. One of the other things you can do is you can follow the Cigar Junkies page.
And if you
which
don't know
is-
where to find it,
it's
it's where this
separate from
live is being hosted right now. So you can just click on the link
So
above the link.
we host
The link above the link.
to make everything like I don't remember.
It's the most seamless
why
way of
the
doing it. It was the
original-
easiest way for us to
Yeah.
get it live as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a tendency to agree with you because I don't have the mental fortitude to argue against it. But so the Facebook page is a separate commodity from the group. And if you follow that, eventually, if we have enough follows, if we have the same number of follows as we do as the group has members,
Yeah.
we'd be able to get that like $3.50 that Jeff gave us like a year
I like
and a
that
half
it gives
ago.
us access because once you hit that threshold, you get new analytics. Like I just found like my page just hit a marker, and the analytics just open up.
Really?
Yeah, you start getting access. And I was talking to a friend of mine that has a much larger base than we do. He does something completely different, but he's got tens of thousands, and every like his Meta business suite looks nothing like mine, which looks similar to ours for this. I can't even
Was
with
that
did
that.
that on
conflicting? Was that just the tequila?
No,
or
I
was
got-
that conflicting
I got-
information he shared?
Our-
It's nothing like
So
the thing
it's-
that
no.
looks the same.
No,
as.
as you were as he was talking, he looked down
he
at the
wooed me.
monitor, and I just went. Bloop.
Jason's trying to woo me so we can have Sammy Smith. There it is.
Is that what you were trying to get this whole time?
What?
A woo!
No, we
No.
we had one, and that was us reminding you don't do it again. It was that you actually had the complete opposite.
All right.
But no, what I said was the large pages, theirs looks nothing like mine does for the shop, but mine looks similar to like the Junkies one. I just have a couple more things available to me to look at.
It's like you're playing a mobile game and you unlock things as you go along. It's like you have unlocked the ability to see how many people look at your page.
Yeah.
All right. Real talk. I play very few mobile games. The ones I do play that have ads is like Free Cell. And they always advertise one of those games that has the math and you have to drag your armies to multiply
Yeah.
or divide and
I
all
hate
that crap.
those ads.
Is there an actual real version of that game?
Probably not.
There are a couple,
I need a
but
link.
they're like no. They're like malware
Hey, I
Chinese.
figured- I've never
but like
downloaded
you'll go
one.
like this, and you'll move over, and you'll
Yeah.
go through the multiplication. You'll kill that group of 5 guys, and you'll have 45 seconds of ads, and then you'll do it again. Ads,
Ah. Okay.
ads.
Speaking
Because
of,
it's like really just
It looks fun, but
Well,
it's,
no, it intrigues you because what it does is it makes you go, "You're an idiot." Clearly, ×2 is better than +5 here.
yeah.
I want to do it so I could do it better than you did. That's
That's-
what they
that's
want
the
you
bait
to
and
do.
switch.
But I've never bid on it.
You're 100% right. That is what they do. That
They're
is
trying to get you to bite.
purposely- They're like, look, let's play this game like an idiot.
Yeah,
let's,
and I
let's-
never have because I'm like I ain't falling for that. But eventually, it would be like I'm a pretty good mather.
Yeah.
Like language, not. my
However,
thing. I'd love to play that
shout
game
out-
if it was real.
shout out to a game called The Tower. Probably one of the most ethical games that I've ever played on mobile.
Oh damn! I had it.
There's nothing big that I was going with there.
Yeah.
That's what she
It's
said.
a tower defense game. I like tower
Yeah, me
defense
too.
strategy games, and this one handles ads so well. Like it does not play the ad for you. It's like, hey, do you want some gems? Here's the ability to watch a
Yeah.
30-second ad, and you'll get 5 gems. And
I like gems.
Yeah, that's what was there was another something Royale or whatever. It used to be that
Clash Royale
Clash
or
Royale was
something
the
like
same
that.
way. It was it was the same thing. It was like, all right, we're gonna make this really hard for you unless you watch some ads, but you don't have to watch them.
Nope, you don't.
And I as frustrating as it may be, it's a good way of going about
It
it.
is ethical, and I like the way they do it. They don't jam the ad down your throat.
Did you guys do
Unlike
the news
Eric,
while I was
that's his
gone?
preference.
We did not.
No,
All
we
right.
never did it. There's a lot of news. Before we
Yeah.
hit that real quick,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Jason a question. If I already did this early in the show, you give me the no, shut the hell up. Look,
Just
okay?
ask the question.
So something that I found out yesterday as I was playing a show after a pool party, and I realized that I can't do two things. You cannot engage in the pool party, then play a show afterward. Have you ever done the dishes and your
You do
your
realize
hands
we
get
had
real
like a
soft?
10-minute monologue
Yeah, it
from you
was-
about
it
this
was
already.
10
Yeah,
That's
we-
your
yeah,
cue.
Yeah,
Do the
yeah,
news.
we've covered that one.
Wow.
At least I knew it was a
No.
possibility.
Hey, you're consistent. You're consistent. I'll give you that.
There we go.
But
My
it
ring
wasn't.
finger
I will give you
hurts.
this. It was a good analogy. I'm only going to read 3 of these because there is a lot on here, and most of it is actually this one we've covered
Fluff.
already. Yeah. Gurkha Cigars has announced it's shipping the Gurkha Year of the Dragon by Oliva Cigars. This is the third of a 4-cigar collaboration series by Gurkha Cigars, which is themed for China's Year of the Dragon. At the 2024 Premium Cigar Association PCA trade show, Gurkha debuted the Year of the Dragon series. Each of the 4 cigars was done in a different, well-known manufacturing partner. Each release has a different blend, size, color for its packaging scheme. The releases include AJ Fernandez, EP Carrillo, Oliva Cigars, and Oscar Valadares. I'm not reading the sizes on all of them. Sorry,
I
guys.
wouldn't.
Luciano Cigars Underrated is coming out with a new 660. It's going to be at a
Good
sweet
cigar.
price point of $10. We've covered that cigar a couple times, so again, not going to go into all this massive amount of detail. The Tatuaje LLE Broadleaf, a cigar that debuted at the 2024 PCA show, will be available at retailers. LLE stands for Limited Lonsdale Extra. It's a 6 3/4 by 42 box press Vitola. Size was initially released with a Sumatra wrapper under the name Tatuaje LLE Capa Especial. As the name indicates, the LLE Broadleaf uses a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. The Tatuaje said the format shows off the wrapper well. The company waited 2 years for the Connecticut broadleaf wrappers being used at the factory to finish processing before use. That's a huge thing for me. A lot of this stuff that goes out is under fermented, and I learned a lot. Talking to Luciano and Paul about this exact subject.
He was such. You talk about
Wealth of knowledge.
a unique perspective on cigars and their blending and tobaccos. He has. It's like talking to.
AI.
No,
The answers are all there. You just got to ask the right question.
He's like talking to like that hermit alchemist that spent his life up in the mountains
Yeah.
and comes back down and he's like I see flavors.
Yeah. And you're like, what?
You're
I want to
like,
do that. How
what?
do I do that?
Yeah, you're like,
how do I do that? Teach me. You
how
can't.
do I see? How do I see flavors, Mr. Luciano? And he's like, you can't.
It's called LSD. No,
I was born this way.
I am going to say, if you guys like the way that we did the show today, definitely, make a comment in the group or YouTube or wherever you listen. Spotify has comments now. Please reach out and let us know if you like the beer pairing situation. We did this as something a little bit different. And it was, like we said last night, off the cuff. So, it was just we were chatting about something else and it was like, all right, let's go. So
Yeah.
if you guys like it, please let us know. Or if you think it sucks, definitely let us know. If you haven't noticed by our normal demeanor, we take criticism well. So definitely
Indeed.
reach out. Keep us going and all that jazz. So where are you guys at in your cigar? Because I feel like you guys are pretty much done because I took, a 10-minute hiatus there.
So I just took a restroom break because my bladder wasn't going to make it another 20.
Yeah, beer's good for that.
It's hot. I'm getting not taste hot, but I'm getting physically heat.
Oh,
And,
you're getting down there though, yeah.
Yeah, I almost ditched it while I was gone, but I wanted to come back and at least be able to have another moment of interaction.
Here's what I'm going to say about this cigar. You're going to wish you had 2 of them.
Yeah. Where's the Lancero?
Yeah, you're going to wish.
Is that a
You're gonna wish you had 2 of
You're
them.
too late. I already threw mine in there. Thank you, though. Thank you for trying. Yeah, way ashier than I'd like.
Ta-da.
Yeah. Maybe. I'll give it a
Is
shot.
he going to pull? Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a lot of ash. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I
if you're
need-
done, be done. I
I
get
need
it.
some fuego.
Fuego?
Fuego. I need some fuego. Fire?
Yeah.
A lighter?
Yeah.
We like not saying the thing we want to say so that it makes it interesting to try to figure it out.
So yeah, expensive draw tools. They're awesome. They're nice. They're reusable. But if you're into, wasting trees, toothpicks work great. So,
You missed an opportunity to sell a product because you have a product that
I-
has a built-in doohickey.
I'd rather people be happy than buy that. Not gonna lie.
You know what? That's
why you
what I
lose.
appreciates about you, Sam.
Yeah. If I don't
Shit's
use it
still
myself, I'm like, if you want it, I'll order it for you. I'll get a couple in if you guys really want them. But and I do have some draw tools on order, but like mine are draw.
Don't you have one that's built into the cutter?
Yeah, that one's more. That's more
That's
of
the
a
one I
draw enhancer. Now in that case, toothpick doesn't work well. But like if you want a draw enhancer, that I'm for that.
Two
I
things can be
agree
true.
with that.
That's what I
could
messed
use it
around
for
with
both.
last
Yeah.
week. If you remember, last
Yeah.
week I was jamming that thing down into.
Did you end up getting another full one too?
No.
You didn't. Oh, I thought you did.
So, fun story. I went to the south side of the Pittsburghs on the Friday to meet up for future plans for the show with a artist, and we were rolling around in the south sides with the cigars. I brought the 412 because it was such a pleasant experience. I got the Jason cigar.
Oh no.
Yeah. While we were walking around, but the important thing is I was trying to give him a good experience, and his cigar performed phenomenally.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
Mine took way more effort than you'd want while you're walking.
Which is
Draw and walk at the same time. Which
Yeah,
is
that
unfortunate.
Yeah, because you're fighting this stinking thing, and you're like, I just want to smoke this cigar
Yes.
and walk around downtown Pittsburgh, the South Side, and enjoy myself. And then you got this stemmy ass cigar.
It's work.
Yep,
It's
it's
work.
work.
yeah, it's no fun.
Cigars aren't supposed to be work, man. But the plus side was he had the experience that I was hoping that he would get, which was the experience I had on the show, because that
Yeah.
was a great experience.
Yeah, mine was fantastic. You, not so much.
I was smoking tree bark. That's what I was smoking.
But you were able to work through it, which is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eventually, we found a way, which was cool because it was like borderline educational.
It was a thing. Oh. So, final thoughts since you finished, like you said, it got hot, but up till the heat.
Yeah, it was a
And
little
ashy.
warm. To be fair, also, I lit my cigar before anybody else
Yeah.
did. So, like, that's going to put me a few minutes ahead of these guys. But, like, there's never not a time where I'm going to walk into a shop and see the La Flor Dominicana Lennox Petite Corona and not buy it.
Not grab it.
It is every time exactly what you hope it's going to be.
Yeah,
the- these were three very well performing cigars.
Yeah.
I think none of us had burn issues. We didn't have draw issues.
Nobody
This-
was the odd man out.
This thing
Yeah.
has performed just at stellar. 10 out of 10 on the performance of this cigar. It burned well. It smoked well. It produced the amount of smoke that I wanted it to produce. It had a very unique flavor profile, and just, I mean, up there,
Cards.
there
They're playing cards in
on.
the back.
It was up there on how I.
It's on your register.
Yeah, it's on my register for sure.
I'm sitting here like, I know the word you're looking for. I don't want to be that guy, but like,
No,
I'm helping
yeah,
you here.
Yeah, correct me because I'll just sit here and fumble till I catch the right.
I was okay with
vernacular.
waiting.
Yeah.
to be-
Just
to be
watching him
honest.
suffer.
I was down with it. Let him find the words on his own.
I dig it.
It's. I mean, we're really bordering on repetition for the show content, but like, in terms of if you want to know what in the Webster dictionary, the experience of flavor without strength, the La Flor Dominicana Lennox Petite Corona is the epiphany of like strength.
Epitome.
Not there. Epiphany.
An
Because
epiphany is-
it makes your life change. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a life-changing experience.
Wait a-
Epiphany, epiphany, all the
Way to modify that. That was
Yeah,
well done.
yeah, I
Well
like
done.
that.
Well done, especially in your current situation. I'm proud of you.
I could backpedal. You know what I mean?
I'd give you another head pat, but Jeff Poole.
Yeah. Damn. It is seriously like if you guys want to experience what people are describing when they say it's full flavored without being full strength, the Lennox is it, man.
I the two best examples of that I've had is the Lennox and the Underrated. The Underrated is just so much flavor, and it's chill. Another one that's medium, not full flavor, but does that as well is like, and I describe it to customers this way all the time. The Yorktown Fleet, which I mean we've smoked bunches of on here. Yorktown
Still on
Fleet,
Thrones?
yep, it's a medium strength, but the amount of flavor that comes with it is incredible.
It just it saddens me that you don't carry this.
One of these days,
You need. Dude, the problem is the box.
yeah.
They do not make it retailer friendly.
No,
It,
just
at
with
all.
LFD has just been a
We've talked about
yeah.
that.
It's one that I want to carry. I'm just waiting for them to catch up. So they got
As soon as he gets
They
his
did-
cylindrical humidor,
yeah yeah
he'll
the
have a
circle
stack of 'em.
All right, boys.
yeah. I think it's about that time.
Yeah, let's cut it here.
Yeah, for sure. The one thing that I do have left to say on the actual flavor notes and like my end result on this cigar, I haven't drank either of these beers before.
That's cool.
Either of them.
That's really
Nice.
cool because I've had both of these in mass.
I'm not a big craft beer guy, but these beers were both very intense and flavorful in their own ways. The Lennox just had no problem holding
Yeah.
up to either one of them.
That's part of the reason I picked both of them. Like I said, they're both in my top 5 of the types of beers they are. Like a lager, Elliot Ness, IPAs, Raging Bitch. They're not like the
Help 'em.
Screw it.
They're very well balanced.
They're
balanced with the amount of flavor that they have to actual.
I was
potency of sorts.
trying to think of. Oh, they're not the arrogant bastard of
Yeah,
beers.
which isn't even arrogant anymore. Sorry, that one makes me mad. That used to be a rude beer you handed to people as a prank, and now
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, it's a hoppy IPA.
I feel like Jason could use like some whatever the equivalent of water wings are for speaking.
For verbiage today.
I feel like that's just like giving them the random help outs or like, oh, here's words.
I
You
do-
need words? I got words. Here you go.
Since we're not accustomed to it, I do want to touch base on the Raging Bitch comes in at 8.3% alcohol, so it's one to be careful with because it goes down a lot lower. And then the Elliot Ness is a 6.1, so it's not nearly as aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't bring lightweights.
No.
Much in the same way that you categorize these beers both in your top rotation, that the Lennox is one of those ones for
Yeah.
me. If you walk into a new humidor, I go to a lot of Honduran tobacco primarily. Like, obviously, everybody knows I'm a fan of Aladino. Without that, I go to like an Oscar Valadares Honduran because the flavor is usually there without the strength. But if you're going to go to the Dominican side, the Lennox is just
Yeah.
really hard to beat. So
Yeah.
I hope you guys all had as good of an experience with it as I
100%.
did. It seems like everybody did. Next week, we will be, is that a 9:30 show or 9? Like, I know the events and stuff for you.
Oh,
What's
that event
coming
that
for
actually that
Just a
event got
Tip?
canceled. So next week will be a 9:30 show.
Anything interesting coming up for Just a Tip in terms of events that everyone should know about?
Liberty Pool last Sunday of the month. That's our big one.
I got one real quick for the Strum Junkies, August 11th. You can check just me out. It's the Strum Junkie in Baldwinboro for Armstrong Park, Music in the Park, 9:30 a.m. Next week, you can check us out. We're going to be smoking the Placencia Reserva.
Yeah,
and
Cortez
having a great
size.
time. Bang, bang, 9:30. Hang out with us. Say the thing.
Salud.
Peace.